Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what I consider to be the 4 pillars of financial freedom. We're going to talk about it next on the Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. Hey you guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brad. This is the Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. I want you to think about subscribing. We talk about retirement, we talk about taxes, we talk about investing, we talk about financial well-being on this channel. If you haven't been a part of it, join the community. Today we're going to do something a little different. My son is 22 years old and I decided that to help him learn what he needs for his financial life, I came up with what I consider 4 pillars that he needs to follow that's going to ensure he has a financial life that is fruitful. Now, doesn't necessarily need to be for a son or daughter. It could be for a younger sister. Heck, it could be for an older brother. These are 4 pillars I feel like everybody should follow to ensure they have a fruitful financial life. Okay, so let's talk about the first. The first one is save systematically. Now, what does that entail? Well, the first thing I would say is start early and save often. But what does that mean really? The earlier you can start saving money, the better off you're going to be for the rest of your life. Where do you start? Well, I have the motto, pay yourself first. If you pay yourself first, when you get a paycheck, you take a little portion of that and you pay yourself. Now, by that, you could be starting an emergency fund. You could be putting some money in a Roth IRA. You could be making the contribution to get the match at work for your 401k. But you put away a little bit. In fact, I would probably put a little bit into an emergency fund each month, as well as a little bit into my retirement savings. Be it, if I have a match, I would probably get the match, and then I would start funding a Roth IRA until we max it out. Remember, for $90 a month, you guys, if you start at 20 years old, put $90 a month in until you're 65, you're going to be a millionaire. And in a Roth IRA, that's tax-free money. Systematically saving, right? We're saving for things that we need in the future. For example, eventually you're going to get married. You're going to have to pay for the wedding. You're going to have a place to live. You're going to pay for a house, that down payment to a house. Or even if it's an apartment, you're going to have save up that first and probably the last month's rent, as well as a security deposit. So that could be a substantial saving for a young person making $10, $12 an hour. These are all the things you need to think of. And as you get raises, increase the amount that you save. If you start early and it becomes a part of you saving all the time, it's going to be easier. Number 2 is simple. Live within your means. What does that mean? If I make $1,000, I need to be able to live on $900. So I can save $50 into my emergency fund, $50 into my savings. Part of living within your means could be things like avoiding lifestyle drift. What is lifestyle drift? Well, it's keeping up with the Joneses, you guys. So let's say, for example, that you live in a neighborhood and you notice that you're driving a 2006 Honda Accord, but your neighbor's driving a new Mercedes or a new BMW. It's real easy to go, gee, I could make that payment. It'd be tight, but I could make it. Avoid it, you guys. Avoid making unnecessary purchases. A lot of times, purchases that you make, the novelty wears off after a short period of time. I'm not saying deny yourself anything nice. I'm saying avoid trying to keep up with everybody else. Number 3 is a big one. Avoid any unnecessary debt. Now, what do I mean by that? Biggest one, obviously, is credit card debt, you guys. If you use a credit card, and I think you should, because A, you can get miles, you can get things for points, you can get cash back on a credit card. It also gives you the security of, if somebody gets a hold of it, you call the credit card, tell them, hey, I didn't make this purchase, they can stop it. If you use a debit card and somebody gets a hold of your PIN number and uses it, guess what? You're not going to get that money back. But with that comes the responsibility of knowing not to charge more than you can afford. Pay that credit card off every month, you guys. And if you have gotten yourself to a point where you have credit card debt, make a plan to pay it down now. Now, that may take a year, that may take 3 years, depending on your balance, you guys. But if you make a plan and you stick to it, it's going to help you get it under control. Make a plan to pay off your student loan debt. A lot of young people are coming out of college now with hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. Now, student loan debt usually is below 6.8%. So I would probably make a point to pay off the higher interest balances before I went after the low ones. If you've got 3%, pay what you got to do. It's sort of like a mortgage. It's a necessary debt. I don't like any debt, but that's going to get you a better job more than likely. So it's a necessary type of debt. But remember, make a plan to pay that down. Number 4 is insure your plan. Now, when I say insure your plan, I'm saying insure your lifestyle, insure your family. Now, obvious things like car insurance. We know we can't drive without car insurance. If we get pulled over, we get a ticket. That's obvious. Look at it this way. Raise your hand if you've ever been in a car accident while you were driving. Now, some of you probably didn't raise your hands. Now, raise your hand if you've never been in a car accident ever, even if you weren't driving. Not that many people can not raise their hand when that comes up. So this is something that's going to happen. Insurance is necessary. Nobody likes to pay for it, but it's a necessary evil when we have a problem. Don't forget about health insurance, right? If you have a family, it's just a matter of time. You will get sick or injured. What if you get injured on the job and you're off for multiple months or years even? Who's going to pay for that? You have to have some insurance to insure your lifestyle in case something bad happens. Homeowners insurance. Obviously, if you own a house, you have homeowners insurance, but make sure you have enough. I'm a firefighter. I see these kinds of things happen a lot. Houses burn, houses have problems. Homeowners insurance is a necessary evil. What if you don't own your home? What if you're a renter and something happens in there? People that own the apartment may very well repair a problem. But what if a neighbor comes over and hurts himself in your apartment? Renter's insurance is a good idea as well. Now, let's talk about life insurance. First of all, I'm talking about term life insurance. I'm not talking about whole life insurance. I think that's a scam. I'm not an insurance agent. I don't want to get into that. But term life insurance. If you're the breadwinner in your family, or you're a major part of the breadwinning in your family, i.e., without your salary, your spouse would not be able to survive and make her payments or his payments, you need some sort of term life insurance, you guys, because accidents happen. Bad things happen. We talked about my 4 pillars. First of all, save systematically, early and often. Pay yourself first. Number 2, live within your means. Avoid lifestyle drift. Pay off all your bills. Make sure you save a little money. Number 3, avoid unnecessary debt. And if you have debt, pay it down, pay it off. Avoid those high car payments, avoid those high payments that are unnecessary. Number 4, insure your lifestyle. Ensure you have enough insurance that if something bad does happen, you can take care of it. All right, you guys, this is a little different than my normal videos. I understand that, but I think it was important to think about the things you need to do to ensure a fruitful financial life. You can take all of these to their extreme or you can take them to the minimum, but I think all 4 of these pillars really need to be an integral part of your financial life to ensure that you have a good outcome. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, give me some thumbs up, give me some love. If something you feel like I forgot, put it in the comments. I really like the comments. It makes me think, makes me learn, makes me a better person, makes all of us better in the community. All right, you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, think about subscribing. It's really helping me out, and we'll see you again. Thanks.